Alright, if you have a project here in Revit, you're going to go to like a 3D view, and then if you don't go to a 3D view, it'll be grayed out. If you go to a 3D view, then you can open Twinmotion. I'm going to go to New Project, and just click OK. It's just OK. Alright. And then to get rid of the defaults, this stuff here, you just uncheck that. Then let's say materials, I look at this clear glass one, and you can just drag and drop the same materials in Revit. It'll change in here. So if all this was that blue glass, then the blue glass will become clear. So here's like grass 3. I think I have a grass that doesn't do. I think it looks better when you render. Then let's say I want to change this material. Let's say so all the materials that I had as siding is now replaced with this wenge, which is an African dark wood. Alright, so that's that. Go into, if I want entourage, go into objects. There's also characters down here and vehicles. So let's say I want a vehicle. Whoops. Up here. There. Then I could use this gumball to push, pull, up, down, get them in the right spot. And then let's say vegetation, trees. And then let's see. I can hit the scale button. Change the size of them, and then also change, if I just highlight that green axis, it'll, whoop, there it was, just hover over it, and then you can change. So that's how you do kind of the entourage, and then I'll put like, I don't want that person. Characters. Just put this guy up here. Okay, so I'm on move. I'm going to move this guy. Here, and then I'm going to go in the Revit. Then I don't need this placeholder guy here. And then I believe I could go synchronize. and then he's gone. So, all right, so that's it for this segment. So some of the materials, some of the items in the library, you're going to have to download, and then you need to make sure you're actually signed into your Epic Games account. I think you can sign in under your JLA email that you use for your Autodesk account. And so then that one's downloaded. This one's been downloaded, but you can see these have not been downloaded yet. And if you just drag and drop this, these are called HDMI environments. Let's see if I do like this one. You can kind of see it takes a few seconds here to download. And then just this object creation. And then it should come in like sort of half cloudy, pretty cloudy. Alright, so most of your lighting is going to be related to an image that you want to make. An image is like kind of a scene in SketchUp, or kind of a viewport, a view in Inkscape. So you would come down here to, there's video where you can make like keyframes, panoramic. Well, we're going to start here with image and create a new image. Once you do have a scene set up, you can copy it, duplicate it, and then change your viewpoint just by smashing the scroll wheel's pan, and look around is the right click, and left click is like an orbit. You just kind of have to play with that to get used to it, similar to what Inkscape was. So, and you can use like the up, down, left, right, W, A, S, T, X, or Z keys if you're into gaming. And if you want to make the view full screen, you can make it full screen. You can hit this refresh to, like, if you make updates and then you want it to update your scene, your image that you make. Alright, here's another thing. If you select your image, you can come down here. This is kind of your properties panel, and if you if you see this is locked, your time of day, come down here to your HDRI environment, and then uncheck this lock sun to HDR, and that gives you some more flexibility. And then you can set like your location, and then you can set your north. So the red would be north. So I think that one for my solar panels out here. And then I have clay render on, so I know sometimes you just want to look at it. Like Inkscape doesn't chalk renders, and that's under this FX. You just check the clay render button, and then I think I messed with this saturation once I did that. And then you can hit refresh, and then it'll refresh everything to your current view. But you do update your viewpoint when you do that, your camera too. So you can also rotate your background if you want. option from the HDR. Things you can turn on. You can change your month. March, April, June, December. So if you want longer shadows, shorter shadows, trying to do a shadow study, you can also adjust time of day, but it's not. Another thing I wanted to point out here is lights. So if I were to come in here, and I wanted to put spotlight here, and then I'm on move. So I'm going to highlight this one on the gumball, this axis, and move. Similar to SketchUp's red, green axis here. I'm on move. There we go. So I'm kind of just going to use my right clicking to look at it, and left click, hover, left click to move it. You can see I kind of then I can adjust the intensity, color temperature. So when I come look at it here, and then if I want to add snow, I can go, pretty much just pops on there, but gives you could do snow if you wanted to. Then you could adjust your adjust up to like 4K on your image size. As long as you have one of these selected, then you're editing that. All right, so if you use a HDRI, there we go. So if you do the time slider, if you disable your HDRI, then you can have more like a night scene. Change this to like 100. Change this like 25. So you can select these lights and change their intensity. There you go. You can make some pretty cool stuff. Twinmotion. Trying to show you guys like the basics here. Let's try to change the roof material, shall we? If we go materials, roof coverings. Let's say I want this to be That looks pretty cool. Probably not the best roof material. Stretch on X. But it gives you sort of a roof-like material. Is probably better material. All sorts of stuff you can do, and then just remember you can go back to your image. Just make sure the HDR is off. Edit your time of day. If you have any lights you can't find, you can always search for them. And just change your intensity there. You could set exact time of day there. Alright, if you come to like a image or scene here and you see that it's grayed out here on the time of day, you scroll all the way down to HDRI environment and uncheck this lock. That helps a lot. And then you can do things like add snow or mess with the exposure, shadows, again, time of day. And sun intensity. I guess 25 is default. So that's where kind of a lot of the it's like the environmental lighting, and you can set your location if you need to. You can put in an address. So that's like a lot of the the environmental basics. Another thing is like view sets, or like if you wanted different layer states, like if you wanted to turn all your lights off, then you could make a view state. But if you went back on, and then the off state, so on, off. So that's what view sets are. This sort of sounds like your views, but it's really called images in Twinmotion. Some more things. There's like this library panel you can have pop out. This tells you like how much your CPU and GPU is using. So if it's really slow, you might want to check there. And the materials, it's the same as this up here. This material's down here. Populate I haven't used. That's kind of for like making like random patterns with objects. And your media, and then export images. So if you check your image, have it highlighted here, look here, then in here you can control your width and height. So if you wanted to make it like you can make it 3800, 3850 for 4K. You can adjust that size there, and if you hit export, image, okay. So you can look through your options, select the image you want, then start export, and this is like exporting screenshots in Inkscape. And then that image is right here. So, probably not the best at all the lighting tricks for rendering, but that's like, equivalent to Inkscape kind of thing. All right, another item is just to save all your settings. So you can save out a separate Twinmotion file or a TM file, .tm,